Good morning, good afternoon, good day, and welcome to our live trading session. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for another day today. Thank you that we can come into the markets. We thank you for your grace, your mercy, your kindness, your goodness. Thank you for all your provisions, for all your blessings, for friends and for family. Father, I ask that I would be grateful for every couple pips that I make in the account today. Please give me wisdom, discernment, and discipline and skills. In the name of Yeshua, amen. Good morning, Larry. How's it going today? Well, yesterday, I finally lost that funded account. It was the end. Lost it in the live trading also. With $2 left, I went for a head and shoulders. It was a really good trade setup. I would take it all day, every day. Went for a good setup on it, and it just fell apart. And it ran against, and then and then lost the account. Only been up a while. All right, well, today I started yesterday demonstrating just slightly different approach that I've been doing, not in the live sessions. And essentially what I'm doing is I'm just trading a lot lighter these days, I've been trading a lot lighter outside of the live sessions. And so I'm going to show you what that looks like. It's the exact same method of entry. Yeah, thanks. It just is what it is. It was a rough day yesterday. But I've got another live funded account coming in the next day or two from the apiary fund. So I'll have something to replace it with something live. So, and then the reasoning also for losing that account, for me, it was that I didn't have a systematic approach to downsizing the account as the account was going into a drawdown. And so now I've got that put in place so that I don't end up losing money too quickly. And that's what happened in that account. I lost money too quickly because I didn't have a process in place for going into drawdown. So that was a lesson learned with that one. And I want to show you the way that I've been trading outside of the lives, because I find it easier. It's more appropriate for my personality. The only thing is there's just more counting because I'm trading with a lot lighter sizing but a higher volume of trades. So there's a little more counting involved, but I'm going to show you how that goes today. Okay, so we're starting at 9,338 today, and let's go over to MT5. I'm going to just start putting in a position here, and then we'll go and break down the euro dollar. All right, daily. I'm going to take off that trade history just for a second. I'll show you how yesterday went. Yesterday ended up being a good trading day. in this account. Also, this account is brand new, but just the other day, I had my equity protection set incorrectly in the background, and so it stopped out on a trade that was perfectly good just the other day. So I took a 1% loss in the middle of nowhere for no reason. Real bummer to start the account out. That was such a kick in the pants. Anyway, all I can do is move on from that. So here's the daily chart. We're in consolidation here. We're definitely going to be pinching, tightening up for what's going to happen today. We got the Fed statement today. So we've got this. You can see over just even the past week, the market's been pinching and consolidating, and that's what we're looking at right now. We'll just look at that in a little more detail and see if we can find good ways to get in for a good entry. So I'm just going to add to my position here. So this is the start of my position. So this is my first layer. I'm going to go back down here for a sec. This is what the first layer looks like. It's a little bit wide. I'm going to start, and it's going to get into the second layer. So essentially, it's the exact same entry that I've been doing. It's just with a higher volume of trades and a much lighter. Say I'm only trading with micro lots. So essentially, my stacks are proportional, but they're just a higher volume of trades. So it'll be like 5, 10, 20, 40, 80, 160. And it's only when it goes really far against me that it gets into a lot of counting. So if we get there, you'll see the amount of counting. But other than that, it shouldn't be too bad today because I think it's going to keep consolidating. So let's just go back down to the 1 hour here. This is yesterday's run up. Then we had the afternoon into the Tokyo session, this consolidation. Then we had a little bit of a different consolidation zone for the London session last night. Here's the better view of that London session. Really tight. Like, this is still really small movement. We've got like 13 pips here, 14, okay, maybe 15 pips in total for the London session. That's super small. That's such a tight range. And I do believe that's just because we're getting that Fed statement coming in this afternoon. We're just taking a little bit of profit on that one setup right now. We'll just go down in here. Here's the London session right here. It's super tight. It's kind of wild. But and then I'm just going to pull up the trade history from yesterday, because yesterday it was really, really slow, but it was a good example of the wobble technique working really well. So yesterday, let's see if we can get, I got to go to the 15-minute chart. So here was the New York session yesterday in this cluster of trades. There was this really nice head and shoulders pattern that was forming in here. This is where I took the last trade set up on my funded account, the FTMO funded account. And then I also held a sizable position on this account too to try and capture the rundown. It just fell completely apart and ran straight up. So I ended up having to wobble out of this position for the next few hours because it was really, really slow. So this ended up being, it's recorded, it's on YouTube now, but it's like a 15-hour session. I didn't even sit there for all that 15 hours. I just occasionally kept coming back and adding to the position to end up wobbling out of it through the Tokyo session last night, and finished up with a decent Tokyo session. Actually, there was like 15 pip consolidation for the Tokyo session, which was really good. So anyway, I wobbled out of that position, ended up over here from the position that started way down here. So that was a good, if you want to go back and look at, just skim the recording, you can see this whole thing playing out, and it's a good session. So that's yesterday. Here we are today. And we're gonna, I imagine we're gonna keep consolidating and pinching unless we get some kind of like news leak ahead. Then maybe we get one directional run until the Fed statement later. That's possible, but I think more than likely we'll probably consolidate. So we already got this position started. It's already taking profits. I'm going to just lighten that up, that bottom trade right there, and we'll just let the rest of that play out. So we started at 9.38. We're up 63 cents already, which is really good. So yeah, that was yesterday was a difficult day, but ended up good trading in this account, and I'm looking forward to just showing this way of trading with all these lighter positions, because it's gonna mean I'm gonna stay a lot more active during our trading sessions, and so there'll be a lot more to talk about and to keep the session more lively. So, and then I'll have a new account in the next day or two, and that'll be live, and that'll be kind of cool because I think Larry, do you have a live account, or will you be getting a new just a new prop account? I can't remember if you were you already funded? All right, we're gonna get back into this short here. I'll probably play both sides today also. So I want these trades to be up a little bit higher so that we're tagging out of them before that last pivot. So right up there, that's a better spot. So we'll just move these up, and we'll get out of these here. Waiting for the prop account. Yeah, did you catch the class last night that Todd was holding? I was in there. Yeah, and then tonight should be a good one too. Oh man, yeah, that account was just draining me. Like it was, Kim and I were talking during the class a few times. Oh yeah, me too. That's good. Yeah, that account was just eating me alive, being in such a terrible drawdown. It was a painful mistake, a lesson that I had to learn to downsize proportionately. So like now I'm trading with micro lots already. This account's already in a drawdown because of that mistake from the other day. So I'm only trading with micro lots until we get this account into the green, like once we get to the 10,200 mark, that's when I'm going to start sizing up the micro lots. We'll get into 2 micro lots and just keep sizing up as the account grows. But I'm trading as small as I can until we get ahead. So, and then as we start getting ahead, it's going to be exponential gains. We'll start ramping up the lot sizing, And as we create a buffer in the account, we'll trade on that buffer and not trade into the red at all. So it's just going to be slow getting this account back to the 10K mark once again, but it'll come back probably in the next couple days. And then we'll just slowly build a buffer, and then we'll trade that buffer up into good profits. Yeah, but that last account, being in such a brutal drawdown, I was losing sleep over it. So it's kind of feels a little bit better today that it's just gone. It's gone, it's done. The new lesson has been learned. It was a painful one, but it's done. Band-Aid got ripped off yesterday. It was kind of like death by 1,000 cuts on that one, though. They're not fun. Okay, you're going to add one more trade into this layer. So that's the end of layer 1. That's 5 trades. And we'll get into the second layer up into these highs up here. And then we'll get back into those Tokyo session highs after that if it keeps running up. I'm going to take that trade history off and zoom back in here. I'm going to just fade out of one of those bad positions as soon as that gets into a little profit. It's just not at a great, actually, you know what, we got a nice wick on the top of this candle. I'll just let that sit. Just let that whole thing play out. You still have your DX trade. Do you think that's what you're going to be trading on then for the TOTS prop accounts? I thought Todd said they would be assigning a prop account to the funded traders. Yeah, that's what he said last night. So if you were funded before Alveo got shut down, then they would just be giving us prop accounts. I'm guessing they would just like pick whatever value they think was best suited to what we were trading before, maybe. But yeah, they're going to give us them, which is good. So we won't have to pay for anything to start out, unless I guess if we end up losing those funded accounts, which we're not going to lose those funded accounts. We're going to trade them up. Oh man, I learned my lesson on that last one. You'd think after 10 years the lessons would kind of like back off with trading, but you just don't stop learning. And the mistakes still come, and you still make some of the newbie mistakes, the most basic mistakes sometimes. Right, but I thought he said they will be assigning the platform Oh, they shouldn't be assigning the platform. That's not how I understood it anyway. I think you should be picking the platform you want. I think they're going to give you the account size, and you should get to pick the platform you want, as far as I understood it anyway. Yeah, maybe. Maybe I misunderstood, but I guess we can just ask tonight. He'll probably get more clarification tonight, or if you go into his class this morning, you can find out. But I don't see why you wouldn't get to pick your platform. And those options are there for us. All right, so as that market pops up, we'll start fading into the next layer. Oh, we didn't really review the news on here, did we? Should just double check on the news real quick. So here we are at Wednesday. We've got a little bit of CAD news at 9:45. So about an hour from now. And there's CAD, Bank of Canada press conference at 10:30. And then we've got federal funds rate, FOMC, this afternoon at 2. And then the press conference at 2:30. So I'm looking forward to that because it'll get this market going again. I can't stand how slow it's been. I've actually never seen April be this slow before. Oh, I missed a couple trades in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We just had that wick down while we were watching looking at the news. Just missed our targets. I think people are going to start entering into the market for this session. Like they definitely didn't for the London session. That was a really slow London session. I'm expecting people will start coming in at this session, and then definitely later for the for FOMC. Yeah, you can see people are coming in now. See how these candles are moving much better now. There's a lot more energy in just the past few minutes, so this is a good sign. And there we go. It's our second trade off. I'm going to fade into some longs. We're going to just play both sides. All right, there's another position in. We've got the 117 zone, so I'm going to pile into some trades right on that 1.17 level. should be another good bounce. Should be. If we don't get a bounce there, we should get a pop through it and then a retrace back up to it. So we'll play off of these lows down there. Probably here. And then down here. Let's just measure that, because yeah, that should just work. I'm gonna just, if we get any pop up, I'm gonna just get out of that one bad trade because it's not in a great location. Kind of want these targets below these pivots here. Oh, I'm starting to take a little profit. There we go. And I'm going to just start adding into the shorts again as well. Remember, you need to start following the rules for the 3 minute. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, because it's going to be difficult because for this account, I don't have those rules. Like, I specifically bought this account so that I don't have those rules. Like, this is a swing account. It's designed for trading through the news and trading through the weekend if you want. So that's going to be, like, I hope they don't, like, penalize you. Like, I hope they just close the trades. Like, I imagine I'm going to break that rule, like, not intentionally. Like, I'm we should ask that question this morning. Like, if you end up placing a trade and it's like 2 minutes before the news, will it just close, or will they say you're gonna like breach the account because you broke a rule? Do you know what the answer is to that? Let's start fading into this trade. 2, 3, 4. So we just took profits on the long as well, and we're getting back into the short. Right in there. We'll just pull this trade up a little bit, get that out here. Yeah, I'm going to have a hard time with that rule. It's going to be a difficult rule. But, I mean, there isn't red folders now for any real news, right? Is there? Or did I forget one? No, there is no red folders. They're calling core durable goods yellow folder. That used to be orange folders. What the heck? I wonder if they're changing these things up. Yeah, but those yellow folders don't count as like high impact news. It's only the high impact news that they want that rule to come into play on. I wonder, it's on the prop account. The rules are on the prop account, is that what you're saying? Yeah, I know those rules are there. I'm going to have a hard time with that one. I'm going to have to, like, I'm just hoping that they just close the trades. Like, if you try in an open one, I hope they just have a function where they just close them so that you can't do it, because I know I'm going to have a hard time making sure that I don't place a trade before, because I like trading through the news. Look at what you just sent. Okay. Okay, so you've got the economic calendar. Okay, so we just took profit on the shorts, so we'll start fading back into some longs again. I'm seeing the economic calendar, but I'm seeing your picture, but I'm not seeing like the impact value. Like I'm not seeing whether it's a red or yellow or orange folder. Why is it not saying that? I'm gonna pull up the TOTS account and or the TOTS website. Economic calendar. Excuse me. Yeah, it doesn't have the impact value. Building permits was the news event that we just had a minute ago on the dollar, was building permits, but like on Forex Factory there's just a yellow folder. So I'm wondering, like, why are they not showing the impact value? Huh. It was flickering, like the spread was kind of jumping around. So have you seen like any impact values on that economic calendar? Like, do they have like red, yellow, orange? Because that's not, I'm not quite understanding. Like, are they only posting high impact things? Okay, I'm also going to get into shorts right in here. Two. And just pull this target up to these bottoms. Now we've got targets on both sides and both in really good spots. Okay, just taking profits on that one, and we've got a big candle coming in right now. I'm going to fade into that. See, that's much better energy into the market now in comparison to, well, anything we've had in the past few days. Gonna start fading into a second layer. So this pushes down. So if this keeps pushing down, we'll just keep fading and making a nice, kind of like a thick layer, not pinpointing any specific spot, but just trying to fade into any of these points down here if it keeps pushing down. I'm gonna just get out of that top one up there because I think we just got a couple trades off. Just don't want to carry that down if it's going to keep going down. Okay, we're getting a good pop coming back in. We're going to just fade out of a couple of those. Just let those sit, and then I'm going to also enter into the shorts. As that pops up, we'll get into some more shorts. Okay, we're just going to keep adding into this short position, and this is still just the first layer on the shorts. And we got the profits off on the longs. So we've done a really good job just trading back and forth, making a good little bit of income in a little movement. And now just starting to come back into those short targets. just creating this little mini consolidation. And if we can break below that low, which it's just trying to do now, we should get a leg to finish down. And there we are, taking some of the short targets out. Perfect. Now we can get back into the longs. Started at 9:37 this morning, so we're up a few bucks, which is a good start and super light risk. There's the long target off, lie back into the shorts. If we can push up a little bit more, just fade into these highs. Just a little push higher and we'll get into a full one layer. And there's the short targets hit. We didn't get to get into a full one, so we'll add into the longs again here. And just keep going back and forth if we can. These conditions are just right for this style of trading. Okay, get into another one. I got a feeling it might break down from here, so I'm just going to stay on the light side. And there is the drop. So we'll fade into some more longs in here as it pushes down. 2, 3, 4, 5. If we can get a pop-up, we'll just lighten up out of those top two trades. Okay, just starting to grab a little profit. So I'm getting ready to peel off those top trades for small losses. One more push up and we'll get targets hit and fade out of those upper longs. If we can just trigger this candle right here, we should get a little push up. Okay, there it is. We're going to fade out of that one. We're going to get a profit there, take that one out, and that we're out of that position. We'll go into the shorts again. So we made profits, net profits on that long. And we're starting to go with the energy right now. The energy is starting to head down, so I want to stay on the short side for the moment. If we get a quick push down, I'm going to get out of the bad position on the short, just to mitigate a tiny bit of risk. So we're going to take just the tiniest loss on the bottom one. Right there. Just a 1 cent loss, and then we'll just let the rest of it sit. If it pops back up, we can get a couple trades back into that position. Add one here. Now it would be better if we can get the targets to line up under these, or just above these bodies would be much better. So we'll just wait. If it pops up to this wick, that would be a good spot to enter into more. While that's doing that, I'm gonna just adjust these colors on this, on the bar up bull candle. We're gonna make those we'll try that color. And then I like the blue for the oops, not that. Let's try that. It's kind of a purpley blue. So as that pops up, we'll get into a little bit more. Now, if it pops down and hits that target on that one upper trade, I'll also take off the bad losing position just to readjust it. This is still just only one layer, so we've got lots of room, but even on just the single layers, I sometimes just like to mitigate the risk where I can. All right, Larry. Well, thanks for coming in this morning. Is this trading a little bit more, keep your attention a little bit more with just moving a little bit quicker with these lower size trades and more higher volume? I feel like I'm being able to stay more active. start fading into that second layer. Just got a really tight pinching market at the moment that we're just trying to break out of. If we can break out of this one side, we should get a little bit of follow through. I'm just gonna lighten up a little on the bottom. Because we just took a little bit of profit. And then as it pushes back up, we'll readjust and put some more back on. Just taking profits on that layer, and then we'll just let the rest of it sit and see if it can hit the targets. And if we can hit those targets, we'll start fading back into longs. So if this market can just push down the tiniest little bit, I'll just fade out of the short and move back into the longs. It's stalling right where we're at, so I'm going to just try and shift. But I just want to get out of the shorts as it's going down, so I'm trying to wait for it to take one. Okay, well, didn't need to wait for that. Just get into some longs here. So we do have some support below, so as it pushes down, we'll just buy up some more. And as we take a little bit of profit on those longs, we'll just fade out of some of the bad ones, the less profitable. As it pushes down, we'll fade back into a little bit more. And we'll wait for it to push down, and we'll put a heavier layer on once it pushes down further. if we can move up and hit in a little bit of that profit layer, we'll also lighten up on the first layer too. Take a few very little losses or break evens as soon as it hits any of that target. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just bring at least one of these down, these targets down here. Just like that. I'm going to do it for a second one also. That way, if that target hits, it will automatically take a couple small losses on that upper layer. We're at the stock market open now, so we should see participants coming back in to make some bigger moves. So if this pushes down, I'm going to start building into some more longs. If it goes up, we'll take some profits. Gonna just slowly fade into some longs as this pushes down. That was one really good timing on just that one trade. See if we can do that again. If it pushes down. Okay, try that again. Right in here. And if we can grab a couple of those profit targets. Oh, did we get one? As soon as, okay, we're getting the market's moving a little bit quicker again, which is good. If we can grab any of those, I'm going to start lightening up on the upper position. I want to continually mitigate the risk if and wherever I can. Just missed out on taking off a few of those upper trades, so we're going to have to get rid of those on the next move up. So as we take some of those profits, as that market moves up into that profit layer, we're going to start to get out of some of those losses on the top. So get out of a couple of those. We want to get out of that layer now. It's a little bit more profits. I'm going to take another loss. I want to really try and get rid of all those positions on that first layer. It's my rule that when you get into that third layer or beyond, that you got to start getting rid of that first layer when you get the opportunity with profits. So it is a process. It's not random. If we can pop back down, we'll add another good size back in here. Can also start a short position too. Now at this point we're in a hedged position, so either way is good. Can make profits on either side. if it can pop down and take out some of those shorts, then we'll immediately get into some more longs. See if that's just trying to trigger that turn right now. See if we can get those shorts off. Okay, there's a turn on the 1 minute chart, confirmed turn with that bar closing strong to the downside. All right, so we just took out those shorts, which is great. We'll start fading back into the longs. And then as we take some more profits on there, we can also lighten up that position on the top side, mitigate that risk, and bring the dollar cost average closer to us. So now we don't need the market to go very far for us to get into profit. Got these shaved bottoms here. This is a good signal of an up leg. when you get these bottoms like that. So any of these little targets hit on the long side will just fade out of those top ones. I want to keep getting rid of those, the trades that are losing, out of the way. So as this keeps heading in the direction we want, we're just gonna slowly scale out of the losses at the same time as making some of the profits. So we just took one little profit, so I'm gonna just take off one little loss. And if it pushes down, we'll just get back into more buys. Just waiting for it to try and push down a little bit more before I buy some more up. Looks like I maybe just missed that. Just gonna back out and see what's going on here from a bit of a wider view. Got this last pivot down here that should still provide a little support if we run down a bit more. And that would be a just got to time that right so that we're not adding the trades at the wrong spot. So we got to wait for it to drop before we add more. Or maybe if we can get a pop up, we can lighten off some of these trades up here. we've really got stuck in this really tight consolidation. And if we can get up to the top of the consolidation, that should be enough for me to just get out of this trade setup in general. It should be enough. I'd like to just finish it off if we can get up to the top. It's just this is supposed to be a really good hour, but this has been a really slow start, and this is just, it's just really stuck here. So I don't want to, if I can get this back up to the top of this little range, I think we'll just call it quits there. But it is really stuck. See if we get a pop up in the next couple minutes. It's starting to round this bottom here. So I think we might see a little bit of a pop up. There we go, it's starting. So close to getting that layer. If we can just hit that stack, that should get us back into the starting to move ahead. Just starting to hit some of that profit stack. Just barely. Man, it is just really slowed down. There's that energy is just finally coming back in. Let's see if we can just hit some of those targets. And that's a relatively big leg in comparison to what we've been having, so I'm going to just fade out of this. And we'll just call that good there. That was a pretty good session. Good trading, not the greatest movement, that's for sure, but definitely still good trading today. Started at 9.37, so we're up about $6 on the session.